They're headed by Bobsworth, winner 2 years ago. He's not looked quite the same horse ever since that day when he fought so tenaciously up the Cheltenham Hill. Another Bob, this time of the Boston variety, very effective over 2.5 miles. Will he excel at this longer distance? One of 3 for Willie Mullins. Carlingford Lock on the upgrade. Rain not necessarily in his favour. John Kiley, very talented trainer, and of course the Mount of AP McCoy. Nico de Boinville given his big race chance by the loyal Mark and Sarah Bradstock, 8-1 to become the first novice since Captain Christie. Jackadam to crown what's been such a glorious week for Ruby Walsh and Willie Mullins, just a 6-year-old. Holywell has won at the last 2 Cheltenham festivals. John Joe O'Neill's confidence is growing, but the rain may have dampened that confidence. Richie McClernand rides. Huge outsider, Henry de Bromhead's Home Farm. David Casey, runner-up in the race last year. Houblon des Obeaux, an interesting outsider for some. The rain has come in his favour, and he's been targeted at this race more specifically than last year when he was 9th. 8 places better. Last year's hero, Lord Windermere, had to survive a steward's inquiry as well. For Davy Russell and Jim Cullity, best mates jockey. Leighton Aspel, second ride in the Gold Cup for him. Oliver Sherwood seeking his first Cheltenham winner since 1995. On his own, last year's runner-up. Perhaps he ought to have got the race in the steward's room. He'll have to work an awful lot harder this time for Patrick Mullins, amateur rider. Brian Cooper takes the ride on Road to Riches, seeking to give Noel Mead a first win in this event. Sam Winner, quietly fancied each way by trainer Paul Nicholls, stable companion of Silvianaco Conti. Conti himself has looked better than ever this season. He romped away with the Betfair at Haydock and the King George. If he's ever going to win it, it's got to be today. Here's last year's runner-up in the RSA, Smad Place for Alan King and Wayne Hutchinson, 25-1. And the last one is a horse who's a standing dish in this race. Placed 3 times. Can he finally win it at the 4th attempt? Tom Scudamore, the hood and the visor seem to be the combination that work.
30. Now, prior to Lord Windermere, the previous 10 winners came from the first 3 in the betting. Silvianaco Conti 130, Many Clouds at 7, Jack Adam and Coneygree at 8.
It's a wide open race, lots of horses being backed. Obviously Silvianaco Conti very popular from an Irish perspective. The money for the last few weeks has been for Jack Adam from a score 16s, 18s, now as low as 8-1, but in the last 15-20 minutes the money has come each way for Carlingford Lock 14-1 into 12-1 and Road to Riches 10-1 into 9-1.
Happened 22 fences to be jumped, and they're cheered on their way over nearly 2 or just over 2 circuits of the course here at Cheltenham, and on towards the first fence. Road to Riches on the inside of Coneygree. Out wide of them in the red cap is On His Own, last year's runner-up, followed by Holywell, who was over in 4th. Then Silvianaco Conti, a pink jacket on the inside of Many Clouds. Sam Winner is wide of these in the leading half dozen or so. Jackadan then in the midfield alongside Houblon des Obeaux, Carlingford Lock and AP McCoy in the green and yellow hoop jacket, followed by the Giant Bolster, Bobsworth, Smad Place, the grey, Home Farm, and the last 2 are Boston Bob and last year's winner Lord Windermere, who came from a long way off the pace last year to prevail, is the early back marker into the back straight. And Coneygree, the novice in the red and white jacket, is just going to pick up in front here, just ahead of Road to Riches. On the outside is On His Own, and these 3 are a few lengths clear of Holywell in the pale colours, Sam Winner on the outside, and then behind these is Silvianaco Conti and Many Clouds together as they clear the water jump. Jackadam on the inside of Houblon des Obeaux, Carlingford Lock further back with the Giant Bolster, Smad Place, Home Farm, Bobsworth in a dark blue jacket as they now clear an open ditch, seeing them over that one. They all jumped it pretty well. And now onto another plain fence. Coneygree and Nico de Boinville out in front from Road to Riches and Brian Cooper. On His Own on the outside, Patrick Mullins is 3rd. Holywell in 4th, Richie McClernand. Then Silvianaco Conti and Noel Feely round the inside of Leighton Aspel and Many Clouds, Sam Winner, Houblon des Obeaux. Then in the midfield, McCoy on Carlingford Lock, Bobsworth as they now jump another open ditch. Bobsworth just skewed slightly at that. Smad Place is on the outside of runners. Home Farm is further back as they now head on to the next. Some way off the pace is Boston Bob at this early stage. Still out the back, Lord Windermere as they jump that next plain fence and now head towards the next before they run downhill. This is a fence coming up that can cause problems, and it's Coneygree who leads the way on the inside Road to Riches. Out wide of them is On His Own over it. Silvagnaco Conti jumped it well in 4th place from Holywell. And they are ahead then of Many Clouds and Sam Winner, and the red and white check sleeves on the outside. Behind runners is Jackadam with Carlingford Lock and Many Clouds with those. Then Oublon des Obeaux and Smad Place as they jump the next plain fence. Well through this first circuit now. Lord Windermere is rather detached at the rear of the field at the moment and is not travelling at all, and the Giant Bolster getting reminders, and also out the back is Boston Bob. So heading round the turn, the home turn, at the end of a circuit of the 2015 Betfred Cheltenham Gold Cup, and Coneygree from On His Own. And they are 4 lengths clear now of Road to Riches in 3rd. Holywell is back in 4th. Beautiful jump by Coneygree there. In 5th place is Silvagnaco Conti. In 6th, Jackadam on the inside of Many Clouds. Then Carlingford Lock and Sam Winner. And then on the outside, Smad Place. Behind them, Home Farm, Bobsworth well back, Oublon des Obeaux, the Giant Bolster, and then Boston Bob, and Lord Windermere is at least 8 or 10 lengths behind Boston Bob. Be a massive race to run if he can repeat last year's win. He hasn't travelled. They're out onto their 2nd and final circuit, and Coneygree still leads the Gold Cup field from On His Own in 2nd. 4 lengths away to Road to Riches. Silvagnaco Conti has gone round the inside, jumping economically and accurately in the hands of Noel Feely as they jump the next again there from Conti. Jackadam is tracking Silvagnaco Conti. Holywell's been handy most of the way. Then Many Clouds, the green and yellow quarters, white sleeves moving up on the outside, jumping this in 6th place over the water. Jackadam wasn't great there as Coneygree continues to apply the pressure from On His Own as now they approach another open ditch. Both leaders jumped it well. Road to Riches over in 3rd. They're getting quite strung out behind. Home Farm made a mistake. Oublon des Obeaux coming under pressure as they jump the next. Coneygree out jumping On His Own there as they now make their way towards the top left-hand turn. Road to Riches is 3rd. Jackadam moving up on the outside of Silvagnaco Conti. Then Holywell, Many Clouds still in touch. Carlingford Lock and Smad Place over that open ditch, and Coneygree continues to serve it up to them and jumping beautifully, boldly and well onto the 5th last. It's Coneygree On His Own, Road to Riches, Silvagnaco Conti. These are the contenders along with Jackadam. Holywell makes a slight mistake. Then Many Clouds and McCoy trying to get into it on Carlingford Lock, but he's got a good 7 or 8 lengths to make up on the nearest horse, and then Smad Place. 4 fences left to jump, and Coneygree continues to lead the way, shortens up into it but jumps it well again from On His Own in 2nd. Road to Riches, Ruby Walsh moving well on Jackadam. Holywell still in touch as well. Then Silvagnaco Conti being pushed along now by Feely. Then Many Clouds, Smad Place, Carlingford Lock. This is the 3rd last. Coneygree brilliant again from Road to Riches, the challenger in 2nd place. On His Own on the outside, Jackadam and Holywell as they race on towards the final turn, and it's still Coneygree who leads the way. 2 lengths to Road to Riches as they swing the corner. 2 fences left to jump. Jackadam is back in 3rd. Holywell is in 4th place, and then behind these out very wide is On His Own. The rest look well beaten, including Silvagnaco Conti. 2 out, Coneygree lands ahead. Road to Riches giving chase. There's 2 lengths between them. Jackadam back in 3rd. Holywell in 4th. Here now is the final fence. Coneygree and Nico to Boinville. Shortens up, jumps it well. Over in 2nd, Road to Riches is on the attack. Then Jackadam on the far side. It's Coneygree that leads out in the centre. The far side, Jackadam staying on with Road to Riches as they race up towards the line. Coneygree and Jackadam a late bid, but Coneygree, the first novice to win since 1974, emulating Captain Christie. Coneygree has won the Cheltenham Gold Cup. Jackadam made a great bid close home. Road to Riches in 3rd. Then Holywell On His Own. Further back, Many Clouds, Oublon des Obeaux, Boston Bob, Silvagnaco Conti was disappointing. Smad Place and Carlingford Lock And Nico de Boinville has landed the most prestigious prize in the sport on this 8-year-old Coneygree in only his 4th run over fences, but he jumped immaculately all the way. What a call it was by the Bradstock team to bypass the RSA chase, the race for novices earlier in the week, and go for the big race today. The rain fell in their favour. The horse delivered in fantastic style.